What is going on, guys? It's Dan Man, aka Daniel's son, and welcome to the review slash spoiler of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5. I believe the title was called Truth. Before we get started, how it all works, I give you my quick thoughts and quick review on the episode, and then we move on into the spoiler territory. But before we start that, let's talk about the Funko Pop giveaway I am doing. You have one more week after this episode, and all you have to do is either follow the link in the comment section, or once this is uploaded, put down in the comment section hashtag X-Men, and you have a chance to win this Colossus Funko Pop. So all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and put hashtag X-Men either on this video or on that link in the comment section, and it's right there in the top. So let's get right down to it. This episode was really good. I really enjoyed this episode. However, there is one big problem I have with this episode in the series in general. But before that, let's get into a lot of the good. There's a lot of great character interaction in this episode. I really enjoyed. You know what Disney is doing, and what Kevin Feige and what Marvel is doing is they're making Sam such a likable guy. He's so likable, and you kind of forget before he even met Cap, he was actually talking to a lot of vets, helping go through life. And we kind of see that with Walker, right, in this episode. But with Sam, he's just so relatable, so relaxed, so chill that I absolutely think they're doing a fantastic job with his character in this series. Bucky, they do a good job. It's still kind of like, man, I really miss his aggressive Winter Soldierness back in the day, because there's this big fight in this episode, which I kind of was like, you know what? I feel like Bucky would have won this match easily, but he's so much different now. So the fight was great, though. There's a fight in here that's really good. The action sequences, like I said, the aftermath of last episode, it really kind of really dives into that, in which was really well done as well. We get somebody who returned from previous episodes, which I absolutely enjoyed. This was a conversation that I was looking forward to because I knew he was going to come back, and we get that, and it was fantastic. So the cinematography and the look of the series still looks stunning, still looks great. It looks like a film you would go to the movies and watch. Some of the imagery in this episode was really well done. Where the characters are headed is really great too. Some characters we get closure of, and some characters we get, I believe, confirmation. That's what I got out of it. But overall, this episode was really solid. It was really good. I really did enjoy it. There is a certain part where it kind of lags. The pacing's a little off, but it's an hour-long episode, and there is an after credit, so you're going to want to check out the after credit. So overall, the episode, in my eyes, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. It wasn't spectacular, but it was a really solid episode. I really did enjoy it. The score in here was really well done. The score for this fight was okay, but the score gets better and better as long as the episode goes. Now, the big problem I have is the villains. The villains in this series is so forgettable, and I feel like they really let you down on it. So we only have one more episode. So the villains they presented in this series, I felt, is not compelling. It's too little, too late. Not enough. Not written very well. I get the motives, but it's just that's the main problem I have with the series is the villainy. And you think some people are villains, but they're kind of not, if you think about it. So the main issue I have in there is that conflict, is that villain aspect to it, and you really don't get anything of that in this episode. It's hardly even there. I feel like Disney is just like, let's just focus on the camaraderie with Sam and Buck, and let's focus on some other stuff, and let's have that kind of like it's the main thing, but it's not. It's so weird how they approach the villainy in this, because Marvel's really good at, well, I want to say they're really good at doing villains, but they have been really good at doing villains. So I just feel like that has been a letdown through the whole series, and it was a letdown in this episode. But other than that, I do appreciate the fact that these Disney series are really showcasing side characters and really making you root for them, really feel for them. And Sam has been that character. I like Bucky, but I think Sam has gotten more shine, and definitely it has gotten the better of the two. So, really good episode. Really, really enjoyed it. I just think there's that one big problem in it. So if I had to rate the episode, I would probably give it a scale an 8 out of 10. There is a little issues here and there, and which I'll dive more into in spoilers. So welcome, Matt. Who is the cameo? So we're gonna dive into spoilers. So let me type that in. So we're in spoilers right now, guys. So if you guys haven't finished watching the episode or haven't seen the episode, I am going to talk spoilers and get really deep into it. So let's go. So the cameo, because they were really kind of advertising the cameo, and it's so funny because I have it on my phone right here, and I'm assuming the cameo is Val, this chick who uh gives Walker a card. Nothing's on a card. It kind of is kind of like a Joker kind of thing. I'm assuming it's her because I didn't see anybody in this episode that was like, oh my god, other than George St. Pierre, maybe. So I'm assuming it's this character that I don't really absolutely don't think she was in previous anything. Her nickname is Val. So apparently she knows a lot. She knows about the shield not being with a Walker, Walker taking the serum. She knows a lot. And you could even like say, is she the power broker? But then you have this moment with Sharon Carter in the episode, and you go like, wait a minute, is she the power broker? So it's very interesting. I'm assuming that's the cameo, unless I missed something. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see a X-Men reference this time or anything like that. Unless this Val character is like really into like her character's really tied into the comics, but or comics. So I don't know. I'm just assuming that's and that's I thought she looks familiar. I think she's from Seinfeld, right? She looks like the chick from Seinfeld. So I don't. That might be the cameo. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit more something big, recognizable, but not really. You can even say Wakanda is still back in here. So let's go into the spoilers. I'm just gonna kind of go kind of all over the place, but let's talk about Isaiah is so awesome. I love Isaiah. Like it's so great that he was in this episode. I really love the conversation he has with Sam. The actor who plays Isaiah is fantastic. This guy really brought it. I mean, I really felt emotion when he was speaking about his past. Like his eyes is what got to me. Like he was watery when he's talking about his like girlfriend or wife and how she died while he was in prison. You just looking at the emotion this actor was presenting was fantastic. So Isaiah in this episode, I was so happy to see him, and I was so happy that the conversation was compelling and interesting. I did in the back of my head say like, because it's dealing with a lot of racial stuff, and it's dealing with how the government really it reminded me of Walker a little bit too, because they brought him in, they made him who he was, and then they spat him out and they just used him. You could say that a little bit to Walker too, because Walker, he says that when he's like yelling at when he's being addressed in court, like, you guys you made me, and I did what you asked, and you're spitting me out. It reminded me of like the Joker line from The Dark Knight, like, they'll bring you in and they'll cast you out like a leopard. Like I really felt like that was a little bit of parallel between the two, because the government seems, I mean, even Isaiah said that, like, open your eyes, Sam, like this shit has been going down. It's interesting because I wanted to I like the interaction with him and Sam, and I just kind of wondered like, how would Steve approach this, right? How would Steve go about this? And Steve's such a good-hearted guy. The reason why the serum, a lot of people say once you get the serum, it does not necessarily make it makes whatever you are in the inside 10 times, right? So if you're a good person, it makes you even better. If you're have that inner like kind of darkness in him is going to bring that out. So that's what's happening to Walker, and that's what happened to Steve. So with Isaiah though, Isaiah laying down his story, and Sam kind of I loved I had it in the back of my mind when Sam was talking to his sister, like, you're right, Sam, you got to fight. And that's what makes Sam so likable, because Isaiah's like, there'll never be a black Captain America. But like for Sam, for what the journey we've been like with the movies and now the series, you want Sam to be, now you rooting for Sam to be that black Captain America. You like Bucky, and it would have been cool if Bucky had that shield too. But at this right now, at this moment, your heart is set on like, Sam. You there's a reason why Sam gave you the shield, and I think the series really kind of showcases that. That's one of the bright spots of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, is really showcasing why Sam deserves that shield. And now he's got his wings are gone. He's got new tech, right? Bucky brings a little gift to him from Wakanda. Makes sense, because he's not a super soldier. So what do? You get Wakanda. You get Wakanda technology to fight crazy battles. Makes total sense. It's kind of crazy that Cap didn't get any upgrades like that too. But even Tony, remember, he had nanotech. Wakanda is where it's at. If you're not a super soldier, you better get some specialized shit. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the spoilers. We're breaking it down. We're talking. There is a lot of good episode, but then there is one huge bad I have, but we'll get into the cameo wise. I think it was Val. I'm not sure if you guys. Let's see. Business, Christ, what's going on? Did they show his past? They didn't. It was more explained. It was exposition from Isaiah telling about his past, which I really enjoyed. Like him, it was funny. Well, not funny, but it was crazy when he was talking about how he went back and he saved like some of his guys. And it was very parallel to when Cap, when Steve went back and saved some of his guys against the Red Skull. But in this one, like mostly everybody dies except him. Eventually they die and accept him. So he's been really through some shit. Like Sam says, he's been through hell and back, and the actor just conveyed those emotions. The acting was really good in this episode, really, really solid. And Isaiah, man, this character, I want to know more of his backstory. I want to know the scuffle with him in Winter Soldier. Probably want to see that kind of like animated or something like that. But it was a really fantastic job by the actor. Let's see. Midnight Black. I don't get who the mystery cameo is. They said the mystery character would make us cry. I don't know. Who was it? I mean, was there like a crazy after credits? Because I didn't see anybody. I did not. I mean, I guess Isaiah? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who the mystery cameo was. All I could think of was the new character that was presented was Val. Short. Her name is short for Val. And when she's talking to Walker, that's the only character I could think of. And then George St. Pierre comes back at the end. It's so bizarre because I was waiting for that big cameo and that big reveal, but it's nothing really too crazy unless I missed something. I didn't really see anything, right? So who's the big cameo, guys? Do you guys know who the cameo was? Apparently it was supposed to make us cry. The only person that gave me a lot of emotion was Isaiah. And if that's the case, you think, Steve, but it's a great, let's get into that. So is Steve must be dead, right? Because how Sam and Bucky were talking back and forth and saying, if Steve's not here anymore, you could also say like, Steve's not Captain America anymore, but it really feels like they're alluding that he's dead. And if I don't recall any funerals, I think the one thing I thought was the first episode when Sam is kind of like getting dressed and stuff, that he might be going to a funeral. So we might see the actual funeral at the season finale. But like the time is a little different. So Steve is dead, I'm assuming, because it really felt like they were saying that he was dead. Let's see. I think it was supposed to be the lawyer. That's what I'm saying. That's Val, the lawyer. Well, we don't even know she's a lawyer. She gives the card to Walker, and she knows all this stuff about Walker. And you're like, how the hell does she know that? So then we're thinking, like, are you the power broker? But like I said, there's a Sharon Carter scene that alludes that maybe she's the power broker. Um, she knows a lot, and then she gives him a card that has nothing on there. So she's whoever she's working for, or her herself, is definitely giving Walker a call. Let's see, Grady. What's up, Grady? Welcome in. Welcome in. I think it was supposed to be the lawyer. Oh, you're the one that said that. Yes. Trep Coles. So where did they take Zemo to live out his life? Okay, that's a good question. Just to let you guys know, welcome guys in. We're into spoilers. In the comment sec or up top in the comment section, you can win a Funko Pop giveaway, Colossus. All you have to do is put hashtag X-Men and subscribe to the channel or follow that link. So Zemo in here. This is one of the complaints I have with it. Like, wow, is Zemo gone? Is he completely out now? Like he's not going to show up in as maybe just like a quick little scene in the season finale, because this really felt like that's it for Zemo. Like he was never really a villain. We all knew his like motives, that he wanted to take the still want to take soldiers out there with the super serum. It feels like he's done. That's it. He's out of there, right? Very bizarre. I was very like shocked. Like they're already taking Zemo out. He was at Sokovia. He was at the little statue. Um, we finally see the scene that we see on trailers, promos. We think it's going to be every goddamn episode where Bucky has the gun and you see bullets just rain down. We finally see that scene, right? He knows where Zemo is. Zemo's there. I do like the dialogue and the exchange with Zemo and Bucky. I really like the line he says, "I crossed my name out of your book because no hard feelings, right?" Right, Bucky. Like Daniel is such a great actor, and Zemo has been a great character. The first time he got in, it took me a while to get used to like his dancing and all that stuff, and then he really brought it back when he was really like motives still driven to take out all the super soldiers in the last couple of episodes. He almost killed Carly, which is great. But Zemo, I think he's done. He gets taken to Wakanda to live his life there. I mean, they're gonna imprison him, right? I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be the last time we see a Zemo in just the Marvel universe, but this might be the last time we see him in the series. It felt like a good a bizarre send off because it was so sudden. You would have thought that Zemo would have been the true villain of the series, and I knew he was going to escape, and he did escape. But the problem was he didn't. It's not like he has his master plan. He just let himself be captured. He wanted to go to Sokovia one more time, I guess. Um, very, very. You would have thought he would have been the main player, the main villain, but he's not, and that's the big issue I have with this series is who the fuck is if you're relying on flag smashers and to have that conflict villainy, them having a motive. Great villains always have a great motive, but they're very boring, honestly. But we do get a little bit of what is it, the GCP or GCR or whatever that kind of like bill that's they're trying to pass. They're trying to send all the refugees back and stuff. So Zemo I think is gone. I think he's done. And I'm just saddened by that. And I'm shocked. And I'm just baffled by what the hell, even though I did like the scene and I did like the dialogue between the two. So super bizarre. Let's see. Business Christ. She is Madam Hydra. Really? I think he'll be done in the show, but definitely not the MCU entirely. Yeah, that's right, Grady. Grady, I don't think Zemo is absolutely done. He's gonna probably show up. He might even show up in Black Panther too. But and he might have like a nice little scene, a quick scene in the season finale. But I don't think he's extremely done. So, Madam Hydra, huh? I said that I would like to see Hydra come back. I think Hydra is actually a really good villainry kind of just organization. I want to see Red Skull come back. It is a travesty if we do not get Red Skull back. The original actor who is Agent Smith and Lord of the Rings, he doesn't want to come back. That's fine, but that wasn't the actor that played him in Endgame. It was actually the actor from The Walking Dead who does great impressions, who played Red Skull. So bring that guy back and give me Red Skull back. I want somehow, some way, I would love to see Red Skull back. That is a villain. That's a villain I want to see back in the MCU as a villain. So, Madam Hydra, this gets me a little bit excited, I guess, to see what other things that can happen. And remember, I want to see like what is it? I want to see the Weapon X program. I want some hints on that. I guess there were some Easter eggs in the last couple episodes, but I want to see some X-Men tie-in stuff because that shit is like part of like that's some fishy government shit too. That's kind of like the Isaiah them doing exactly what happened in Winter Soldier, testing out this serum and him working for him. Like there has to be some like other organizations, right? Let's see. Business. I think he's alive since Isaiah is alive. Grady, being captured could have been part of his plan, though. Does it really feel like that, though? I don't think it really feels like that. It really feels like, well, I guess he has a great poker face, right, Zemo? But it feels like he knew he couldn't run because I mean it's fucking Wakanda. They're gonna get your ass, even though they didn't get Claw. Technically that was Killmonger that did that deed. So I think that I don't know gut feeling watching the performance, watching just everything that went down. I really feel like he doesn't have a plan. I feel like he just because it feels like this character has turned a new leaf. And you got to remember, he kind of has turned a new leaf because after having that conversation, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, with T'Challa, remember, he just remember when he was going to kill himself, and then Black Panther stopped him, and like he gave him this little wisdom. So maybe Zemo did he still have the same motives, which is kind of crazy because that's why I like the conversation with him and Bucky, because he doesn't want to kill Bucky. He tells him, I don't want to kill you no more, like, because he kind of likes Bucky and he understands that Bucky can get the job done where Sam can't. He knows that Carly needs to be taken down. I think at that moment too, I think he was just ready to die. He saw that the end of that barrel and he's like, just do it, Bucky, please do it so I can be with my family. So I think he's like, whatever, take me. I don't think he has a secondary plan, but I could be wrong. But the way I felt and the way I saw that scene and the way Zemo is and seeing him throughout the series, I feel like he kind of turned a new leaf a little bit. Same motives, but he's not as cold-hearted, I guess, as Winter Soldier was in Winter Soldier movie. I mean. What's up, Albert? Welcome in, man. Did you? I know I said I wasn't gonna do a live reaction to this, but I said, "Fucking, I'm up, right? I did a couple videos, so let's get it." And it's only one more episode left, guys. We only have one more episode left. So, Albert, the Walker stuff was my favorite parts of the episode. Laughed my ass off. The Walker stuff. Walker's a crazy SOB. The fight was really good. The fight between him, Bucky, and Sam. But I was thinking through the whole time, like, Bucky, if you were the true Winter Soldier, your ass would have handled this like no problem. But I did like the imagery of, Walker really, I mean, because that was his buddy, man. That was his buddy that he lost, and you could just see the pain in him. You could see him going a little crazy. You don't know if the serum or it's just him himself. It just upgraded it. But the fight was really good. That's when Sam's wings get ripped, the blood on the shield, the lighting of the scenery, the scene was good. It was really good. And then also, the Walker kind of doing his little outburst in court, that made sense. It made sense, right? It really kind of reminded me of, if you ever seen the movie Dead Presidents. I know it's a crazy comparison, but just hear me out. Is when because it's all about, like, vets from Vietnam coming back and not really getting help from the government, even though they fought for the government, right? And they have to steal and all that stuff to survive in the world they were cast back upon. So at the end of that movie, the main guy, gets sentenced to life, even though he's a Vietnam vet and he served and he killed for the country. So for Walker, that's kind of the same thing where he's been molded. He was appointed Captain America. He was given this burden. He killed. He's done all this for the government, and they kind of spit him back out. If they see anything that ruins the reputation of America, they're going to cast you out like a leper. So that was my understanding of it, and which is crazy because if you think about it, look how many Marvel heroes have killed. Right, Captain America has killed. Iron Man in the first Iron Man, Tony went to there and blew up, went and got his weapons back and blew up all those fucking tanks, those people. And that was filmed too. I believe that was in the news and all that stuff. So these heroes have killed. It's just Walker was filmed and the guy pretty much gave up. He gave up and he still did the deed. So if you see like Cap and Kill and stuff, it's more like kind of like they were kind of in the way he didn't know what it was very quick, right? So with Walker, I couldn't understand. And they don't send him to prison or anything like that. They just take off his benefits. He's exiled, or he's exiled pretty much. But of course, the guy is making another fucking shield. If you saw the after credits, there's an after credits. He's making himself a shield, which is pretty intense. So we'll see what happens in the next episode. I did like also, they're trying to give you a little humanity to this character. They're trying to make you understand that, he's still a human being. That was his buddy. So that's why that scene that it was there with him talking to the family. And that was a great scene. The family probably heard about everything he's done. It looked like the daughter was not too impressed with them, but they understood what he has done, yet they still appreciate what he did, taking justice to his own hands. And just think about it, guys. Walker is such an unlikable character because of the I guess his personality. You could even say you don't like his face, which the whole internet doesn't like his face. But look at the Punisher. Why do we like the Punisher so much? If he's doing 10 times worse things than Walker is doing, right? It's very interesting how our feelings go towards like characters like these and what the circumstances is. We know that the Frank Castle lost his family and he's out for justice, but he's still murdering a shitload of people, right? And Walker has he's been doing it for the government and for his country, and he gets prosecuted. It's absolutely insane. But the Walker stuff has been pretty good. But he's not the main vocal villain, right? The Flag Smashers are the main vocal villain, and that's the biggest problem I have with the series. Carly and the Flag Smashers probably got 5 minutes of screen time in this episode, and this is the second to the last episode. I think been in groups, Marvel groups, all that stuff. Everybody finds Carly annoying, including me. Even though the cause, I guess, is just, you get it, right? But it's just not working. Them putting them in the forefront of this series is not working. I just don't care about the Flag Smashers. George St. Pierre is back in, baby. We're going to see some nice action sequences, but I just don't care about that plot. I think I'm more interested in who is the power broker. Is it Sharon Carter? Because we got that one scene. Or is it you said it was Madam Hydra on Val. So Sharon Carter? And that's kind of really shocking to me, honestly, that they made that move. Okay, let's get into the comments real quick. Trip Coles. Yes, I don't trust Zemo. He's always messing with people's heads. I wouldn't want him anywhere near me. Wakanda better be careful. Yes, you still can't really trust Zemo, right? But Wakanda is known to not be able to they didn't get Claw, honestly. Claw just kind of got away when he attacked and all that stuff. So just don't trust Zemo, but I do think Zemo, maybe, I don't know, the craziest idea would Zemo would actually help Wakanda or somebody down the road, just like he helped Bucky and Sam. Who knows? We'll see though. I hope they bring the actor back and they bring the character back because at first it was a little weird, but with Zemo, but he's really been. I think he's been such a bright spot in the series, honestly. And now that he's just kind of gone, and he was hardly in this episode, there was a lot more time fixing that damn boat than time with Zemo. Zemo's gonna kill T'Challa. No, Albert. He's not gonna kill T'Challa. No, they're not gonna go that route. No way. Mm-mm. No way. I don't think they're gonna do that. People will be pissed if they did that too. I think, in my honest opinion. What's up, Dominator? You up with Albert today, huh? Sam's training was the best part of the episode. Yeah, you know what? The Sam's training was, I think, so when I saw that montage, ready for a montage. That's what it was. If you ever seen, I think Team America, they have that song Montage. That's exactly what the hell that was. That was a montage. It was a good montage, but it was a montage. It was it's great to see that Sam, not having the super serum, super soldier serum that he's eating. I like that. I like that he doesn't have it. I like that he's a normal human being. Even Steve wasn't a normal human being, but Sam is, and he's going to use Wakanda tech, which is, hey, go for it. But knowing that it's just him, his will, his courage, that's what makes him so likable. So that scene with him training with the shield, honestly, if it was realistically, that shit should have. He needs to take way more time to practice with that shield. But it's a montage, so montage fits 6 months into like a week. Grady, I don't think Zemo will kill T'Challa unless they knew Chadwick was going to pass away and they could have filmed it prior to this passing. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think Zemo's going to take out T'Challa at all. Hold up, I just read that there was a credit scene. Yeah, Albert, there's a credit scene. I think there's only one. I saw the one with Walker, so you probably want to go back and check that out. Grady, I hope Walker isn't just a one-off character, and they use him in the future. So you're hoping that they don't kill him off. Yeah, I'm hoping that too, because if they establish this much with him, because he hasn't turned heel until now, right? So, and then it's only one more episode left. So what was all that development? What was all that setup? Just for one episode, I don't think that's enough time because you have so much now going into this one episode, which worries me because there's way too much storyline. And I just feel like it could be a flop, honestly. It's giving me Game of Thrones kind of vibe. Not as much storyline going into it, but it's I don't know. It's the Flag Smasher thing, the Power Broker. There might be even Zemo, seeing if he's still in Wakanda. Like there's a lot of things that we have to kind of take a look. Fuck Flag Smashers. Yeah. St. Pierre was the cameo. That's what I was like. Is St. Pierre the cameo? What the hell? Bucky and Sam out here showing us their tag team finisher. Yeah, that was pretty funny, huh? Still wish we got an Isaiah flashback. No, I'm fine with it because what the actor did was fantastic. He conveyed the story he was telling by his eyes, his acting ability. It was really, really good. I think I don't think I need a flashback. It would be nice though later on if they did a what if or something like that. Maybe if they do a season 2 of what if, they could bring Isaiah into the fold, or maybe they do have a storyline with him. Probably not, but I would like to see like maybe a what if kind of thing going on. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper. I wish. Looking for those vanilla float Dr. Pepper shit. So okay, guys. Let's see. Thank you guys for joining me right here. We're still talking the Falcon and Winter Soldier. We have one more episode left. Everybody who's new to the comments in the channel, you can win this Colossus Funko Pop. All you have to do is click on the link up top or put in, once this video is uploaded, subscribe to the channel is one thing. Then also put hashtag X-Men in the comment section, either on this video that's going to be uploaded or on the link up top in the comments section. It will send you to another video where you could place that, subscribe, and then push hashtag X-Men. And then I will announce the winner after the season finale. And then good luck, Okay. But don't want to see Winter Soldier Isaiah versus Isaiah when he tore his arm off. No, that's what I'm saying. Like you could do a what if or something like that. I do, but in this live action, not really, I guess. I'm fine. I'm fine with it not showing me the flashback. I thought the dialogue was great in it. Let's see. Any more comments? So overall, it was a good episode. It was a really solid episode. I really enjoyed it. There's a Sharon Carter scene, which I think kind of confirms maybe she's the power broker. What else was in here? I absolutely loved Bucky hitting on Sam's sister. I'm all for that. I'm shipping that right there. You get some, Bucky. Bucky, you get some. I mean, remember when he went on his first date in the beginning, and now he's like, man, was that kind of like Bucky, man? Bucky made that first move. He's like, hey, like you saw his face. I was like, you saw Sam's face. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm all for Bucky tapping that. She's got kids, but already Bucky, when he's waking up in the morning, they're playing with the shield. He's like, hey guys, like Bucky, dad Bucky, right? Winter Soldier daddy. Wow. So I'm all for that. Let's Bucky and Sarah all for it. And another good thing is Sarah, the sister. It really feels like a genuine brother and sister kind of relationship, and kind of like it feels realistic when they're talking. That's exactly how kind of siblings talk sometimes. They, especially when they're trying to uplift each other, try to help each other out. If you are very close to whatever sibling you have, it's a very realistic dialogue and very realistic. It feels like they're brother and sister. So kudos to that, and kudos to the actress too. A lot happened in the finale. Bucky, a lot to happen in the finale. Bucky has to tell the dude about the sun. Yes, you'll probably see that in the very beginning of the episode, or maybe at the end. Maybe that was alluded to in this episode. When Sam was given the talk to Bucky when he was training. Like I said, Sam is so good at. See, Bucky doesn't need that that counselor or the therapist. All he needs is Sam, because Sam is like a therapist, and he's able to really guide you. Right? Sam is so wise. Sam the wise. Sam the wise. So that's why I see such a likable character, because he does have answers for you. He does have things that he could motivate you or even help you out when you're at your low. And I like that camaraderie with Sam and Bucky. I wish we had a little bit more. I feel like we were going to place to place to place in the series where you didn't get enough of maybe that kind of buddy cop interaction. Like you don't get that like in the cop car gonna go get food and talking talking all this stuff, and then talking about like criminals or whatever, like you see in like Lethal Weapon, right? With the oddball couple. I don't think we got enough of that, but in this episode we did get a lot of that, which I appreciate. I just didn't think they were going to be fixing a boat the whole time. Let's see. Oh, so yeah. So he has to talk about the dead son. Also conform now that Cap is dead. They keep saying he's gone, but not dead. Thoughts? Yeah, I said that earlier on in the video, or in this review, that there was a lot of. I think it's confirmed that he's dead. I didn't see a funeral at all. I think they will show a funeral at season finale. I think the timeline is a little jumpy. Because in the beginning of the episode, it looks like he was going to the funeral. So I think Cap is dead. He's gone. Which is, it's crazy because this whole series has been relying on Cap's shadow. And I was glad this episode, Sam just said, fuck it. Cap's not here. He's gone. It doesn't matter what Steve thinks. It's now up to us. Finally, finally just stop mentioning. I know he's a big part of this, but you got to be on your own now. So I'm glad that Sam did kind of like say that to Buck, and It's very understandably like this is what makes me want to see Sam take the shield now even more because of that wisdom, right? That wisdom. Trip Coles, Bucky telling the older man who he really is might backfire on Bucky, in my opinion. Bucky telling the older man. I'm trying to remember. When was that? I can't seem to remember that part. Bucky telling the you're talking about the okay, the old man whose son he killed. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no on that. I think he's gonna make. I guess he's gonna tell him that he killed his son, and it could probably go either way, where he forgives him or um he kind of shuts the door on his face. But I don't think it's gonna really backfire too much because that was in the past, and Bucky has already pretty much been acquitted. I guess he's gotten a pardon. Albert Vargas. Yeah, Alberto. Do you think they gave Sam some nanotech? Yes, absolutely. I think it's going to be a suit that's going to be kind of like in the comics. You know, Sam gets a kind of like a Captain America looking suit with the wings, but with this one, it's nanotech. I think for sure he's getting an upgrade. If you're going to not have super soldier serum, then what's the next best thing? You get Wakanda nanotech. Even Tony had nanotech. Yeah, nanotech wings, definitely nanotech wings. Believe his name is Torres. I'm interested though because he gave the wings to Torres, and Torres was like playing around with it, and you know he's really good at fixing stuff. So I wonder if he's going to take advantage of that as well. I found the scene with Bucky and Sam walking away from each other after throwing the shield around interesting. Sam walking forward with the shield and Bucky fading into the background. Yeah, that was a really good shot, right? That was a great eye. That was a really, really good shot. I also found the scene where Walker was kneeling and it's not a close up, it's a far away shot and you have the light shining down on him. I thought that was pretty good as well. And of course the imagery of the shield with blood, you know, that shield means so much. Like Bucky says, means it's like family, right? That shield means so much to a lot of people. So I'm gonna get okay. So because I'm gonna end this video soon, but I really want to dwell into the big problem, and that's the flag smashers. I want to know what you guys think about them. Am I in the wrong here? Do you think? Do you are you compelled? Are you satisfied with what they're doing with the flag smashers? Carly continues to me to be annoying, like really, really, really annoying. Even her like right hand man, I don't even know his name, said like you're working with the criminal, and that's George St. Pierre. So George St. Pierre is coming back to kill the Falcon. That's gonna be a good matchup. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna kill the Falcon. Um, I wonder if George is going to die though in the series. So Carly hardly in this episode, honestly. She comes in and she sees that they took all the people away from her. The G was it the GSP, I believe, something like that. And then later on in the episode, she works with Saint Pierre, and now she does a little John Wick thing. If you know, if you ever seen John Wick, was it one? No, I think it was two. John Wick 2 at the end of that film. So not Harley in there though. And so she's gonna have probably a big fight. I don't know. She's gonna have a change of heart later on and maybe help Sam, and then she dies. I think Carly's a goner, honestly. I think she's gonna die. I don't think Bucky's gonna do it, even though Zemo said that you got to take her out. I think it's just going to be, she's going to sacrifice herself somehow. If that's the case, that's kind of lazy writing because I see that all the time. So I would actually like to see either she gets arrested or Sam does the deed. Right, Sam does what he needs to do, and sometimes you do. Sometimes Walker is right. Sometimes you need to do what you got to do, but it just depends on the circumstance. If somebody's saying mercy, you don't do it, But if people are shooting at you, you need to defend yourself as well. So we'll see how that goes. The whole start was insane. Gave me Tarkin. The beginning fight was really good. It really did remind me of Civil War. Civil War. The score in the fight I thought could have been a little bit better, but the score gets better throughout the episode, which I really appreciate. Flag Smashers can suck a nut for not care what happens to them at all. We are in the season finale and we just don't care. I was kind of excited too. I was like, oh, crazy, a crazy organization, kind of like Hydra maybe or something like that. But these Flag Smashers have been boring, boring as hell. And I feel like the writers even feel like they're boring, and the showrunner feels like they're boring because they never got any proper like screen time if you think about it. Or maybe they have, it's just they're not written really well. I hope the Flag Smashers don't come back. Writers flopped with them. I don't think finale can save them. I don't think so either. I think that's just a done deal, Albert. I think that's just an absolutely done deal. You don't think we see Walker again in this show? Yeah, of course. You're gonna see Walker in the season finale for sure. That end credit scene was definitely him preparing to fuck some shit up. It was kind of funny because when he was like, it was kind of a little bit cheesy though. Like because Walker, I don't know. Sometimes you just can't take that guy seriously. So he's doing like the little Iron Man thing, right? And I'm just, for some reason in my head, I'm like, he's gonna make a Crossbones costume. He's gonna do Crossbones. I don't know. For some reason in my head, it was just like that. We finally agree on something exactly, Albert. I mean, the Flag Smashers are freaking terrible. Walker will be in the season finale. It is setting up for that. Whether he lives or dies, we'll see. I agree. I hope he lives because, like, why do you put so much time into this character, and he does the switch so late in the game? I just feel like the series too. Not It's kind of like the Game of Thrones thing, right? It's not enough episode. It's not enough time. It to really. I feel like the story, and then when you do get time, you get scenes that could have been definitely cut down. There's a lot of it's weird because I have another show I'm watching that it's a similar that you get sometimes you get episodes that you could have cut down and made room for more kind of like storyline or flesh out a little bit more of the storylines, but they don't do that. They just really kind of focus on one big thing, and that's of course Sam and Bucky, which you should, but you got to realize your show is only good as its villain. Your villain has to be top notch. That's why a lot of people kind of rip on Marvel because Thor 2, the villain's terrible. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, not as memorable. A lot of the Marvel films are known for like not having that great villains until Thanos came along, and you could even argue some of the Netflix villains are fantastic, like Kilgrave. So Marvel, I don't know. I don't know what's up with them not writing. It's there. The material's there. I'm hoping the Mandarin when the real Mandarin comes in, that they really do a good job on that one. Carl was the change of heart, but Walker kills her. Oh, Carly. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe yeah. Walker will probably kill her. You're right. You're right. Walker's the best villain of the show. He better live. Yeah, but he's still not like. He is probably the best villain in the show, but he's still not like amazing, you know. Just I always compare like TV show villains with Marvel to Kilgrave. Kilgrave is a fantastic villain. I remember him. He's so sinister. Walker is, I guess, a tragic villain, but I think that we could have used a little bit more. It's so weird because he has a wife, but they hardly ever use her in the series. If they really want to convey like more of like really let us like really sympathize with Walker, they should have at least showed a little bit more of his life. That's why I like the scene when he's with the family and the mom is saying like his buddy who just died like loved him to death and was so proud that he became Captain America. That's great. I want more of that. So when Walker does his downfall, it's a more tragic. Tragic characters are fantastic. Walker told Battlestar's family that Battlestar, that was was it Jamarcus? I think it's Jamarcus. Let the person that live, he thinks he's gonna live up to that, and Carly. Yeah, so he still hasn't taken out, the person who set all this shit up, right? But this is also Walker's own doing because Sam told him to chill out and wait, and he didn't listen. And him not listening got his buddy killed too. Walker is hated though, but hated for the right reasons. Marvel needs more of those. Walker is hated because a lot of people, I think it's like that thing where people are laughing at you, not laughing with you. They're laughing at him. Yeah. He's not he's not as good as I mean, he's not as good as Bucky when he was Winter Soldier, you know? And I don't see him as good as trying to think of all the Marvel stuff that we've gotten and all the villains. Even I would even like he's yeah, like Walker is fine to me. He's okay. I just feel like we needed more. We needed more. And we're already in the last episode. So the big problem with this series has been the villains. As much as I like Walker and his turn, he's still not very prominent, right? He's still not. If you had a list of 5 to 1, 1 to 5, is he really going to be on there? And I'm going to include Marvel and no, I'm going to include Marvel, I guess. Maybe he will be. Maybe he's number 5. So yeah, I mean, this was a an interesting episode. This was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Isaiah. I really enjoyed a lot of the interaction. Could have been trimmed down a little bit. It's an hour episode, but I feel like the boat scene lasted a little bit too long. The big problem is the villains. I think the villains, especially the Flag Smashers, wow, has that really bit Marvel in the ass. I think this is what kind of brings the show down. If I'm completely honest with you, I don't think the show is amazing. I think the show is okay. I think it's okay. I want it to be amazing. I'm hoping the season finale really brings out a banger and it's going to be such a talked about thing. But if I'm honest to you guys and I'm honest to myself, this series has been okay. I'm actually now just absolutely looking forward to Loki because that looks batshit crazy. Is this series as good as WandaVision at this point? It's so hard because WandaVision, I think it's kind of similar. I think it's very similar. There's really good episodes and then there's really lackluster episodes. Hopefully, it ends in a stronger note than WandaVision in the season finale. So I would say it's very similar. And so far, the Disney plus Marvel shows have been very similar, and they've been kind of like neck and neck, honestly. But we got to see what the season finale of this series presents to us. But if I'm very being honest, it's been an okay series, but this was a solid episode. I did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they could bring it all together next episode. I wonder what the length and the time is going to be. Is it going to be an hour or is it going to be an hour and maybe a little bit of 15 minutes? Because there's a lot to deal with. And then at the end of the episode, we saw they were going to pass the vote or whatever, and shit starts going down, so we'll see. I'm very disappointed that Zemo will probably not have a big chunk in the last episode. Very, very baffled by it. I agree the show has had a few amazing moments, but overall, it's just okay, right, Albert? It's just okay. Dude, knowing how the show's been going, Carly will probably die before we get into the title intro. Albert, 3 out of 5 stars so far. WandaVision over this show. With WandaVision, there was always something big to talk about. WandaVision it was a different style though too. WandaVision was more of a mystery, more of theories and stuff. This one is more straightforward, but it's just the problem is if you're going to go for a straightforward series like this, you got to be really compelling, and it just hasn't been there. It just has not been there. Just even if this is supposed to be like the Winter Soldier of series, it's nowhere near it. Winter Soldier was way more. The pacing was off the chains on that one, and it was more compelling. And then I could just go on and on with that movie, but it's different people that are running it, right? That was the Russo brothers. This is somebody else. I forgot who the showrunner is. I mean, Kevin Feige is involved in this as well. So good episode today, though, or tonight. It was a good episode, but we'll see what happens in the season finale if it could really raise up the overall rating of the whole series in general. The interesting aspect is what is Walker going to do and who the power broker and what lingering questions are going to be after the season finale, because there's going to be lingering questions after it. So we'll see. So I want to thank all of you guys for joining me for the talk tonight. Look forward to next week on the season finale. Paul just came in. What's up, Paul? So yeah, check out all my videos on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and try to get involved on that Funko Pop giveaway before I announce the winner. Comment down below hashtag X-Men and subscribe to the channel, or go to the link down on the top. And yeah, so we'll see. I think I'm more. I just want to see the season finale, and then I think we have Loki next, and I think I'm just really more excited for that show. It's sad to say, I think everybody is. They kind of want to see just kind of like the end of this show, because that's what I feel. Honestly, I feel like okay, and it might be a little bit of fatigue. It might be a little bit of fatigue, but then again, I'm watching other shows, right? So if you haven't seen Invincible, Invincible is a way better show than this show. I'm not lying. Go check it out. It's brutal. It's like kind of like The Boys, except animated. But so far, we'll see. We'll see how the season finale goes. So thank you guys for listening. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I will see you guys next week. And or I will see you on my other videos. Comment, and I will always answer all your guys' comments. So, and Battle Beast. Battle Beast. Perfect time to end because my computer's about to die. All right, guys. I'm Dynamic. You're down soon. I'm out here.